call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Jean Matsumoto takes on Farid Basharat this Saturday on the main card of UFC Fight Night. Jean Matsumoto, 17-1, only 26 years old, 5'6", 68.5-inch reach, taking on undefeated Farid Basharat, who's only 28 years old, 5'8", with a 71-inch reach. So he'll be 2 inches taller. Gonna have a 2.5-inch reach advantage. Jean Matsumoto definitely would give him the power advantage. Stockier guy, more muscled up, more power, heavier leg kicks. Farid Basharat, kind of one of those guys that uses his footwork, lateral movement. I want to say kind of just pitter-patter shots, not a lot of power behind him, just more of a volume type of guy. Finishes are primarily submission related on the ground, doesn't have a lot of KOs, has one head kick KO that I'm seeing. But kind of a decision machine. Chris Gutierrez, Victor Hugo, Taylor Lapilus, like these are high-level guys. These are good wins. Damon Blackshear, Clayton Rodriguez had an arm triangle choke. But Jean Matsumoto, I just feel like he's got more finishing potential. I feel like he's a Muay Thai black belt, Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's been training martial arts since he was like 6 years old. So a very good striker, powerful punches, will stand his ground, trade in the pocket. I don't think he's really going to be afraid of the strikes and the volume coming back his way from Farid Basharat. Pretty defensively responsible, you know, keeps his hands up, stays in the pocket, willing to throw counter punches. I think that's where he's going to have success in this fight, is not giving a lot of respect to Farid Basharat and kind of setting him up, looking to take advantage to land the more damaging strikes, their heavier strikes over top, as Farid Basharat's kind of looking to just pile up volume, pick and move, not take a lot of shots and kind of squeak out rounds. So I'm going to go with Jean Matsumoto in this one. I think that he's got more finishing potential if it does go to the ground. I think that he can mix it up there. I think he's got heavy leg kicks, really good chin. I don't think he's ever been dropped, let alone finished. Obviously, he's only lost by split decision to Rob Font. He did have a pretty back and forth fight against Brad Katona, where he did take some big shots, which isn't the greatest look. Was getting kind of out-grappled at times by Dan Argueta, but was able to really weather the storm and still have the cardio, the ability to get the finish in the round 2. So there are, I do see some opportunities for Farid Basharat to kind of just dance around, pick and move, stay safe, not take a lot of big shots, make this kind of a boring fight at times, because I feel like that's primarily how his fights go. Orthodox guy, but will switch stances, fast, crisp boxing combinations, uses his feints well, stays above his legs, never really off balance. Feet are kind of always where they need to be, and has smart shot selection. I don't want to kind of hate on the guy that much. I do think that he is very technical. He's smart. He's got high fight IQ. Tends to kind of pick his opponents apart rather than brawl and give them opportunities to land on him. Kind of makes them miss as he slides out of the range of their attacks. But he's a Jiu-Jitsu brown belt as well to Jean Matsumoto's black belt, and does have pretty decent wrestling. I just think that I think he's had success against a certain level of opponent in the past. Taylor Lapilus, that's a good win, but Victor Hugo, Chris Gutierrez doesn't really do a lot on the feet. Kind of just kicks at range. Those, the occasional punch at times. And win over Damon Blackshear is, somewhat impressive, but I think that Jean Matsumoto is just a different animal. I think that he's going to be able to land the heavier shots on the feet, do a better job of cutting angles and not allowing Farid to kind of dance around on the outside and out volume him. And I think that he can land the more significant strikes, hurt him at times if he needs to, mix in the grappling if he needs to, and I think he gets this one done. I don't think that he gets the finish over Farid Basharat, but I do think that he'll do enough over the course of the fight to win rounds and win a decision. Thanks.